impressions about today, the final scrimmage?
You know what? I thought the offense had a pretty good day. You know, up until this point, we've been kind of hit or miss a little bit, not as consistent as I would like to see. Good to see our backs run well. Obviously, that means we're blocking some people. You know, saw a couple receivers make some plays. You know, we didn't have our 2 starting corners in there, so that always makes things a little bit easier, but it was still good to see some guys make some plays. A little bit disappointed in some of the backup guys having the penalties before the whistle, you know. We had a receiver jump offside, which should never happen, the second team group, and then we also had a offensive lineman jump offside there. So, you know, from that standpoint, it was good. Defensively, I thought we were just kind of flat. Didn't have the energy that I expect us to play with, you know, whether we're tired or whatever, end of camp, whatever the case may be. But we're going to have to play with some more emotion and passion than that. And we did a good job there in 3rd and long. You saw it. We had pressure on the quarterback, 2-minute pressure on the quarterback. We need to play like that, though, in all situations, not just 3rd and long when you get excited about potentially getting a sack.
Pat White made some catches today.
Pat might make some nice plays, doesn't he? He's a big guy. He's coming around. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, Pat didn't play high school football. Pat didn't play. He played 1 year of junior college football. 1 year. He was at Alfred State on a basketball scholarship. So Pat is really green when you consider as far as experience. He didn't play last year. I had to send him down for academics last year, you know, a good portion of the season. So really, you know, he's got about 2.5 years experience.
Is Sherko, the long snapper, done for the season?
No, he's just a 4-week deal. He should be back by the time we go to the bye week. And that's, you know, we're fortunate that we have some depth at long snapper and we feel good about it.
You got a bunch of guys defensively banged up today. Anybody serious? And DJ Moss is out.
You know, DJ got banged up last week in practice. He got a concussion. He'll be back the week in Michigan State there, so not significant there. We held Cracker out a little bit just because it's, I mean, on Wednesday we scrimmaged 130 plays and we banged it around pretty good. So that's a pretty quick turnaround when you look at Saturday. Plus we practice in the meantime. But that's part of being in camp. You know, you got to get tough. You got to be getting mentally tougher, and you got to learn how to fight through things. If you make it easy, then you don't know how to handle adversity.
Radakovich at left guard, is that permanent now? You look at looks
well,
like most of the plays were.
Lamar Mady's been banged up. He got a concussion early in camp, so we had to put best 5 out there. And we put Franklin at tackle and move Radak down the guard. Lamar Mady will be back here Monday, so you know he'll have a good 11 days to get ready for Michigan State. And, you know, we'll see who the best 5 are once we get him back in the rotation.
Eric, completely off the subject. I mean, is it tough to get a read when you're scrimmaging each other? I mean, is there a time down the road in college football where you could see 2 teams scrimmaging?
I don't think we need it. My thing is you know, I think our biggest concern as coaches is just the injuries. You know, I mean, you lose a couple of players, it could be catastrophic if they're key people. Especially if you don't have a lot of depth. You know, all over the country you see guys getting hurt every day, and it's part of the game, but it's something to be concerned with. I have a pretty good feel that, you know, we didn't have a mass departure to graduation on offense. So I feel like I have a pretty good gauge of what we are offensively in this conference, where we rank, how we settle. So my gauge is we got the majority of those guys back. Now we need to get, you know, where we at defensively. And I think we've significantly stepped up defensively. You know, normally during camps, defenses have the edge early on in camp, and then towards the latter part of the camp, offenses get in rhythm and get used to it, and then they start to take the lead a little bit. You know, it's back and forth. So that's kind of where we are.
Where you are with the depth chart, I know it's right after practice, but what you've seen, any changes to the depth chart?
Right now, offensively, I think we'll have some, you know, look at the film, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had some young receivers in there. But we're going to play, you know, 6 or 8 receivers. But we'll have some youth at the receiver position, but obviously those guys are very skilled. Looks like Jordan Thompson, 32. You guys saw him today. He's really impressive, and he'll be the second guy in there after Cookie, and any of those guys can carry the ball, and he's solidified that spot. And you know, it's interesting to see right now with Will Shaw and Charbaugh and those guys. Will Shaw's done some good things. He's physical, so the film will make that decision here real soon. Defensively, linebacker is something we have to get solidified there a little bit. And who's our third, fourth, and fifth best corner? We know who 1 and 2 are. Now who's 3, 4, 5? And there's some guys that can play it. Who are the guys? And let's get them in pecking order.
I'm sorry. And Bellamy was just precaution to keep.
Yeah, I mean we probably could have rolled him today, but my thing is if it's an injury that if we bang it up again, it could linger all season. Why do it? I mean it's early.